culture forward. Great music and big vibes right in that order. Intellectually petty radio on the stereo. Don't compare us to anything, this a different scenario. We break records while we pushing the culture forward. Great music and big vibes right in that order.
And you are now tuned into another episode of Intellectually Petty Radio. Come on, man. Y'all know I only do legends. And today is no exception. We got a special show, and we got North Vallejo's finest. We got the Bay Area bully. We got the fucking GOAT in the building, Larussell. What is going on, bruh? How's life? How's your family?
I'm here. Lovely, and lovely.
Yo, that's what's up, man. Yo, man, how does it feel to be fucking Larussell today?
Tiring.
How was the show last night?
Incredible, man. It was a fight. It was incredible though.
That's so fucking dope, bro. Like, you the closest thing to Pac I done seen in a while.
Sheesh. Come on, man. I hear no lies.
And I'm gonna be really honest with you, man. The vulnerability, the humility, as well as the arrogance. The closest thing to Pac. Niggas don't know. They're not giving. I take that back. I think that people are finally kind of coming around and realizing your greatness. You seen this a long time ago. Matter of fact, let's take it back to when you got your car repossessed.
Come on.
You look outside and did you see them taking your shit?
No, they got me in the middle of the night. A thief in the night. A thief in the night. Nigga, I woke up, tried to go click the button. Ain't nothing click. You know, when you click the shit to unlock your shit, you don't hear nothing.
Okay, so what's your first thoughts?
I thought somebody stole it. But then again, I was like, hell no, because the engine too loud. I would have heard it in the middle of the night. And then I just start going through the list of things that could possibly happen. And I said, oh, damn, them niggas got me.
And so how long before you decided, you know what, fuck this car. I got bigger things ahead of me?
Damn near same day.
Really?
The same day, yeah.
Who you talk to?
My pops that came in the room, I told him. And he came in the room, was like, man, what you want to do? I'll go half with you to go get it, and you can go do it. And I was just like, man, I'm not going to get that fucking car. Fuck that shit. Put my paper up to get some pressing equipment in, and that was it.
Yo, and how did he feel about the decision?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him. I'd have to go back and ask him what he thought when I made that choice. He didn't really say much. He was just like, you know, do your thing.
I got adult kids. I'm an old nigga, as you can tell. I got adult kids, and there are those times I'm realizing now where I just can't say shit. Some things you got to see them fucking up and let them keep it going. And it may not, like some places I thought they was fucking up wasn't a fuck up. It was me assuming they should do a certain thing.
Right, and that's what my pops has learned throughout this journey. You know, everything that he thought what may happen ain't what was gonna happen. Sometimes you're not in their mind or in their shoes for you to determine where they need to step and how they need to move.
Yeah, you can know your kid, but you don't know your kid's hustle.
Man, right? Man, you don't even know your kids.
you think you know your kids,
right? Just like they think they know you.
Yeah, man. When you find out your parents is just people too, that's some humbling shit too. Oh
man,
boy.
very, very humbling.
You got a dope relationship with your moms too, man. She seems so dope too, by the way.
Yeah, that's my dog, man. She's a real nigga, the realest one in the world.
It reminds me of and not that you remind me of Ye, but the relationship between him and his moms.
Right.
Like, I don't know if you saw that documentary.
Of course, man. Yeah, definitely gave me similar sentiments.
Yeah, like oh, as a matter of fact, I'm one of them ADHD type of motherfuckers. I'm all over the place. My favorite clip is your homegirl. I forget her name, something
Tieta.
When she was doing blockchain. But that right there is why we love you so much.
Come
because
on.
yo people love the fuck out of you, bruh, and it's palpable.
Right.
Like I couldn't imagine her writing the shit herself and performing it any different than she did with your shit. Like, have y'all always your circle always been like that, or did this just happen over time?
No, definitely. I've always been around niggas who loved and believed in me heavily. I never had to convince a nigga to believe in me or support me. I've definitely cultivated an environment where it's like, nah, we all in. We know what this is.
Who tells you no? That's fucked up. Don't do that.
Um, in what regard? In like life or like in like business?
In business,
Nobody. I don't
really,
take no.
you got to be wrong sometime, though, bruh.
I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm gonna find out from doing it, not because a nigga told me no.
Okay,
Yeah. If I'm wrong, it's gonna be because of experience. I'm gonna go get burned and then I'm gonna find out I'm wrong. I'm not gonna be wrong because somebody else told me no. They don't know.
you don't strike me as a I got regrets type of nigga.
Yeah, not really, man. I know I am where I am because of everything, everywhere I was, I'm here now because I was where I was.
I feel you, but if you could go back and cherry pick a little bit, is there anything you'd be like, yeah, I think I changed that?
No.
Really?
No, man. We've had deep conversations about just saying thank you, right? You could go back and pick everything apart and be like, man, I wish I would have did this and fuck you for that and I hate the fact you did that, but it's like, man, thank you. I'm here now.
I feel you on that. How many projects do you have?
Released or all together?
Just all together.
Sheesh. I think I have like 23 of my own albums released. I've written about 5 or 6 projects for other people. Um, I have about 10 to 15 albums tucked away. And, probably between now and the end of next year, I'll probably have another 10 or so. I'll probably end with a 60 piece if I don't do like a 81 Kobe high score, we'll probably end around 50 or 60. It just depends. But right now I got about 23 of my own and like 5 or 6 that I've written for other people. So damn near 30.
Jesus fucking Christ! Like, and I think it was the Breakfast Club where they were asking you, is that like a hindrance having so much music?
Right. That's
And
crazy.
and you know what? Because from our era, you feel like you got to have a year. You get 1 year. Like when DMX put out 2 albums in 1 year, niggas
Right.
lost their
They was
fucking
like, nigga,
mind.
that's amazing. But
Yeah,
you know what? I was talking to Stretch the other day, and you got to remember that them niggas didn't have a lot of music because of supply chain. They had to wait 6 months for a truck to go ship your CD to stores and for it to get in Target and Best Buy, and
yeah,
that shit cost a lot of money. So
yeah.
two was impressive because it cost 6 figures just to get it to do that. But we're not in that era no more. I'm not impressed.
I mean, well, the problem is though, it's a lot of niggas putting out a lot of music, but your shit, like, I've yet to listen to something and be like, that's trash from you.
Love it.
I
I love
can't
it.
say, I
Beautiful.
can't, hey, I'm gonna be honest, I can't say that about too many people.
That's beautiful.
Period. Let alone in your generation. Like your
Right.
generation, it's like niggas wake up and they like, yeah, I'm a rap today, and it's not good, bro. You saying the
Right.
same thing I heard the last 84 songs you made,
Yeah, man.
and
I try not to release anything that I didn't enjoy myself or feel like it's of a high capability of my own work. I make a lot of music that people don't hear. So, out of all those songs that you're like, none of this is trash, I did make, some trash beside it that just didn't get released.
I don't see you like, man, this was trash. Let me just toss this.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, it's not a this was trash, but it's like I could have done a lot better.
I feel you.
It doesn't need to be in the world. It doesn't have a place where it needs to be out.
Yeah, I feel you. I see you rocking the velour jogging suits now, nigga, getting a little
Come
bit of
on, man,
money,
the
a
velour
little bit of
tour is on
money.
the way.
Right. I'm like, oh, he got velours now. Yo, Where can I buy the Crocs, man? When you coming out with your Crocs?
Man, we waiting on the collab, man. We just pushing the line and doing what we love until it's that time to do it together. We've thought about making our own, but I really love the company and I love what they created. It's one of my favorites. So we're gonna wait till the time is ripe and Crocs and velour suits all 2023.
I didn't think I was gonna see velour suits no more. And Sean John,
Oh,
I
they
still
come.
got.
Hey, you know how Nelly did Air Force Ones?
He,
Watch next year. Watch next year, man.
how's the merch going? I know you killing niggas with that shit.
Yeah, incredible, man. Merch is booming. We do incredible on merch, man. The support is crazy. And because it has the proud to pay model, it's so accessible that we just sell a lot more.
Do you think that your model of business is gonna catch on, or is it just specifically tailor made to you?
I think it's already caught on. I know a lot of artists beside me that are now going direct to consumer. I've seen a lot of brands and some people who do like marketing and social media strategy that are now doing proud to pay campaigns. So I think it's already caught on just within the network that watches me. And man, I actually seen Tony Robinson, the ex NFL player that does real estate. He did his whole real estate course, proud to pay. You can pay what you want. So definitely it's catching on. We're releasing our offer based technology next year for anyone to do offer based shows. So yeah, man, it's already here.
Yo, that's fucking dope. And how long did it take for y'all to build the I don't know the stage and everything? I forgot what the fancy ass name
The
was. You
pergola.
said the pergola. Yeah. How
So
long did
the
that
the
take?
initial the initial build was about 6 days, but we've added to it after each show. But yeah, the initial just the base where we could do the first show took about 6 days.
I've never been to the Bay Area, but I'm from Detroit. My understanding,
Oh, you
like the
gonna come
Bay,
now?
I would love to. But I heard that the Bay and Detroit are real similar. How is it that you got a whole ass stadium in your backyard and niggas not fucking with you?
I mean, niggas are fucking with me. My shit be sold out.
No, 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 no. I don't mean fucking with you in that way. I mean like on a Tuesday at 8 p.m. when you're not doing shit, somebody's coming by the crib.
Oh, man, respect. When you cultivate a certain experience, people just respect it and they understand what you build, and nobody wants to be the nigga that ruins that.
Yeah, I would not. Have you ever heard of the Grateful Dead?
I've heard of it.
Oh my god, I think I want to say it was the '60s. It's a band that never really popped per se, but they had a following where they performed and that's all they did for decades and sold out for decades. You get that type of love from people. Like, what is it about you where people not only like your music, but they buy into you as an individual?
um, it's authentic. I feel like people just feel like they can relate because I'm a regular nigga with Crocs on. Like I'm not a nigga who has all these chains and jewelry and a bunch of coastlines and hang out with a bunch of rappers. I don't have a ton of rapper friends and shit. I'm a nigga in his backyard rapping with shorts and Crocs on, and my shorts probably got a hole in it. Like I'm a regular nigga. That really did it, and everybody witnessed me do it. There was no magic. I'm no industry plant. There was no hacks, no tricks. Everybody witnessed me from posting once a day to oh shit, this nigga posts 6, 7 times a day to me starting a series to me building the merch side. I've showed every piece. It's very real. Everyone who's seen me build knows that it's possible if you just do the work because that's all I've done.
So, who in the Bay Area, hip hop wise, who was the first to like be like, okay, you know what, this guy's on to something?
Um, the first Shit, I don't really know who embraced me for it all. It all kind of came at a similar time. Really, a
Okay.
lot of my embrace came outside of the Bay first. Wallow was one of the first niggas to embrace me, and that really sparked a spark in the Bay. I didn't get an offer from anyone in the Bay until Wallow, and I really wasn't even getting a lot of attention and rapport from anyone in the Bay until then as well. Um, I'm not really sure who was the first. Maybe Pilo was really early. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. So do you like Wallow? Do you guys got a relationship? You cool with the
Yeah,
guy?
that's my dog, man. Wallow has equity in 2021 freestyle. He helped break that shit, and I gave him a piece of that pie, man. That's in the perpetuity. He gonna eat for the rest of his life.
Really?
Come on, why would I lie to you?
And I seen you try to do the same shit for Charlemagne, and he was like,
I
no,
didn't. I didn't try. I did do the same thing. He hasn't accepted it yet, but the thing about it is, it just goes into escrow. So when he leaves radio and he finally clicks accept, he's gonna get a big ass lump sum of money because he contributed. Same with Sway, Heather B, everyone up there. They got the same thing set up. So whether they accept it now or not, because they positioned, it's all good. It's gonna be held there in escrow. The money ain't going nowhere.
why, bro?
Why not?
Oh, that's fucked up, man. Like, yeah. Like, come on.
If you could tell me why not, I'd tell you why.
It's just
There's
not
not a good
selfish.
reason not to, right?
It really isn't. It just seems so unhip hop, so un. It just ain't selfish enough for us.
Nah, this is the most hip hop though. Hip hop was based on community, right? What happened?
Okay, so let me ask you this, and I ask every MC I interview, what was the moment where you fell in love with hip hop?
Um, Man, I don't remember exactly because I was like raised on hip hop. Like since I was in a car seat, I remember hearing rap. I remember hearing "Keep Your Head Up" and "I Ain't Mad at You" and "Too Short" and all this shit. So there wasn't really an exact moment for me. Like it's just my life. I've never had a life without hip hop.
Yo, that you know what? Sometimes I have to remind myself that the next generation don't remember. They don't know that Like I remember when hip hop started.
Which is crazy. What were you listening to before then?
Like hip hop started. It really caught on in Detroit pretty early. When I was young, like pretty much when I was hitting my puberty. That's when hip hop. But before then, it was whatever my mama was listening to, whatever my aunties was
Right,
listening
right,
to, 70s shit, 60s shit, and pretty much, especially Detroit is Motown full.
right. True, true, true,
So
true. Temptations and shit.
yeah. But for me, like my mother bought me a Fat Boys album, and that was
That's classic.
yo. My mom's was real. Like she was. I used to like to rap. I used, I called myself a rapper
Is
back in
that
the
was
day.
that you rapping on the intro?
Actually, that's my guy, man. I put out the word. I was like, I need an intro, and this nigga at 5 o'clock in the morning sent me an intro for
Tight. Shout
free.
out to him. Come on,
Yes,
man.
shout
Tight.
out to Caesar Rio.
Yeah.
Yo, and that nigga was like, please make sure that nigga hear the shit. I'm like, man, I'm gonna play it, bro. I can't guarantee it, but
That's hella funny. Come
yeah, but
on.
my first intro, my mother was pretty progressive. She was on the hip hop like early on. Bought me the
Mm,
Fat Boys, and I remember going to see Crush Groove. Like
mm.
nigga, I walked like a mile and a half in some shell toes to go see Crush Groove, and
Wow.
that shit was a motherfucking concert at the theater, nigga. Like it just you give that same energy.
Come on.
Like what are people talking to you? Because you stay after the show and you talk to people. Like
Yeah.
what are they saying? Like how do they
Uh,
what are they emoting after the show?
all of those same things, like we get the people are always like, this is the greatest show I've ever been to. Sometimes it's funny, we'll get people who it's their first time ever been to like a show or a hip-hop concert, and I have to tell them like, okay, don't expect this at every show you go to because you're gonna be disappointed when you go to another
Facts.
hip-hop show, right? Because
Yeah.
we set the bar really high. But no, all of those same things, like people, we don't get to witness hip hop in this fashion no more, and I'm aware of that, and that's why we put our all into these shows because we know we're setting a tone. you know, we're the people that there's other artists who come to shows and they're like, oh shit, you know, it makes them realize they need to step their game up and change this shit. So we set the tone, and after, man, it just be filled with so much emotion and so much love. And I'm a person, I go greet people before the show and after. So you see me, you know, if you come to a show, you probably, if you're there early enough,
Mm-hmm.
you gonna see me and hug me and shake my hand. And if you there after for a bit of time, you might do the same. You know, I've had shows where I've greeted every single person who came in, and this is by hundreds.
Jeez. Okay, so what's the best show you went to yourself?
Um, Probably Kanye's Life of Pablo tour when he had the floating stage.
Really? You
Yeah,
know,
that shit was incredible.
have you seen Scarface?
Live?
Yeah.
No, never.
Nigga. Last, I don't know, this is a couple months ago. My guy calls me up like, we got tickets. Come on. Now I live in Cleveland now. I drive to Detroit. Get there. It's fucking all access. This nigga show though, bruh. And I've seen a lot of shows over the years. This nigga show, and the fact that he's damn near my age, his show was fucking phenomenal, bruh.
Yeah, he's still getting down.
Nigga. Like between, like he tells the stories of the songs, tells the shit, the pacing of the show.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? That's kind of how our shit is. Like sometimes we'll laugh because after I'll perform for like last night I think I went for 2.5 hours. But sometimes I'll perform high until I'm done, right? But sometimes we'll only end up doing like 10 to 12 songs because I pace, so I talk between, and we play pianos and I do renditions, and we just start implementing this part where we do live Q&A. So I'll pass the mic and let the crowd ask questions about certain songs or just life gems, marketing, whatever they want to know. So sometimes we'll be up there an hour and a half, 2-3 hours, and I only did, 15 songs, but it was the greatest 15 songs of your life.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, shit
Like,
been wild.
yeah, your generation's gotta hate you, nigga.
Man, they gotta love me.
No, I don't. No, I don't mean the consumer. I mean your competition, because
Right?
they can't just go up there with 600 niggas and stand in one spot and say the
See, but
words.
what's crazy is like they can, and they'll always have a place, because some days you don't want Benihana's or Bossa Nova. Some days you just want McDonald's. So they'll always have a place. Niggas always gonna eat McDonald's no matter how good a food is out there. You gonna still go to McDonald's, right? But some days you do want a home cooked meal, and that's when you come to Larussell show.
Who you listening to?
Me, Steve Jobs, Tim Cook, Sad
I'm,
Guru.
I'm
I be
talking
listening to like
music
speeches and
wise.
shit. I know, but that's what I'm saying. I don't really be listening to I like when new shit drop, I'll peep it, and
Mm-hmm.
if I love it, I'll sit with it for a little bit, but I don't really love too much. I love Tim's. I've been listening to her shit for a minute, just kind of
Okay.
on repeat. But yeah, I don't really Brent Fayez album, I loved his shit. It was really great. But other than that, I'll be listening to like speeches and shit.
Yo, totally unrelated, but nigga, Ober Roland, check that nigga out. Y'all was on fire.
Huh.
Yes, yes. Y'all was
I'm a
on
Pete.
absolutely fire.
I'm a
Um,
Pete.
is there anybody out there where you like, yeah, I really want to do some shit with them?
Um, Not really. I mean, everybody that I kind of have that feeling about, I end up doing something with in some capacity.
Mm-hmm.
You mean like someone who's on?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you know what? It could be somebody I've never heard of. Like just somebody that you think is just dope.
Um, there's not many. I mean, I think a lot of niggas is dope, but it's not. It doesn't really be to a point where it's like I want to work with. I just enjoy what they do.
Right.
Right. I'm not a very big collaborative artist. Like you gotta really wow me for me to be like, man, I have to do something with you. I just respect niggas doing what they do in their space. I don't really want to play with them. I just kind of like to watch them play in their own zone. I'm very meticulous about my art and just kind of collaborating. So I don't really, yeah, I don't really I don't aspire to work with anybody much. I really love ATL Jacob shit lately. Like I hear a lot of his beats and I'm like, I like the sound, but yeah, I don't really have it's not really anyone that I'm like, man, I gotta work with him.
So beat wise, like, do people just send you shit? Like, how do you? What's the process of you picking the tracks you use?
Yeah, so I mean, I have a group of producers that I work with really closely in house. Like Tope is one. Me and Tope, since we've met last year, we've done 5 albums together. Hokage Simon is one of my favorites. Don Bailey, Armani DePaul. So I have like an in-house group that I kind of frequent, and then outside Skies, I love Skies.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of Death Health, outside of them, just kind of as I grow, I'll meet new people in different places, and if I love their sound, we end up working and creating something together, and it just kind of builds from there. Sometimes I'm on YouTube and I find a really dope producer and I tap in and I'm like, let's do a project together. So it just really depends. But yeah, people send me beats and sometimes I just meet people on the fly as I'm out.
Do they believe it's you if you listen to somebody on YouTube and you try to tap in? Like, I wouldn't believe it was you.
Man, they gotta believe it because most of them, I was using they shit before I blew up, so they already got a split. They already got a split from me through DistroKid, so they've been getting paid as I've been blowing up anyway. So they just didn't realize until it's like, oh shit, this is real.
How exactly does that work though? So you can just basically say, okay, I like this beat. I'm gonna use it, not even notify this nigga, but you still get your bread. Like, how do they end
Yeah,
up getting their bread?
because everyone now leases their beats. So once
Okay.
you get a lease, you could do whatever you want with it. They got 1,000 niggas using their beats. They can't keep up with everybody. But with me, it's like when I release a song, I make sure the producer get their publishing, and I make sure they get a split of the master.
And okay, so who owns the master? Like, you go in, you record some shit. I read somewhere, seen it, whatever, that whoever pays for the studio session owns the master. That can't be true.
So yeah, in the label world, the studio owner, wherever the track is made, is where the master is technically owned. But I also don't think that's true. Yeah, whoever is paying for the track to be produced
Mm-hmm.
should be the master owner. And in my terms, I'm an independent artist. I'm the one who funds all of my tracks being produced and bring it all together. So I own the masters. But yeah, in the label world, whoever is putting up the paper for you to make the project usually owns the master unless y'all have a different agreement.
So, do you envision not being independent at some point?
Um, Not really. And at first I did. I thought like I could, but not really now because my terms are so different. There's
Mm-hmm.
things just that I just won't do, and a lot of labels would never agree with it because they don't know how to be real humans and they don't understand like real life. They like, no, that's just not how we do business. It's so far from it. So now I don't think I'll ever be able to get signed to a major because my terms are just too wow. But it's possible. Who knew? Cash Money got the type of deal that was like, ain't nobody ever gonna get no shit like this, right? So I just as I build and grow, I might be able to, I might not. But I'm not really pressed. I'm okay with being independent for the rest of my life.
It would, for from the label perspective, just signing one artist to that same type of deal would set a precedent. I don't think they're ready for it yet.
Right? You'd have to do right by everybody if you do
Yeah.
right. But then not really, because they've done right by certain. And some niggas have incredible deals, and then the rest of the label doesn't. So not really. It wouldn't.
You know who had an incredible deal from, especially from way back in the day? Souls of Mischief.
Interesting. They from Oakland, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I interviewed one of them a while back, and apparently, damn, what's one of the guys that it wasn't him in the group, and I can't remember his name. It's slipping me right now. But anyway, his stepfather was a huge entertainment attorney. So when they went to go do their deal, like he already knew all the tricks, all the everything, and they were the only group on Jive who owned they shit.
I feel like you've always, throughout the history, you've always been able to get a good deal. You just
Mm-hmm.
had to negotiate and fight for one. They're never going to offer you a good deal. And that's why I don't fuck with these people because they play with you first. They're
Yeah,
capable. They are fully
yeah,
capable of giving you a great deal that everyone's happy with. They are
yeah,
more than capable.
yeah,
They
yeah.
just refuse to.
You can go back to Nat King Cole. Like it's niggas that been knowing, James Brown. It's niggas along the way that and they tried to tell other niggas and other niggas just wanted to quit. It's like, bruh, I'm broke. I need a bag. Which I
Right.
get. It's hard to tell somebody who has nothing, wait.
But that's the thing. And that's perception. If you're in a position where someone's offering you in a bag, then you don't have nothing. You clearly have something because ain't
Yeah.
nobody paying you for nothing.
Facts. Yeah. Yeah. But that potential ain't paying your light bill.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
you
Yeah.
can't call their ass up like I'm talented as fuck. They want to pay me. You're like, I don't really care, bro. We need our scratch. Marketing wise, what have you done differently? Why does yours stick? Is it just the talent, or is it the process for marketing for you?
Um, I think it sticks because my marketing is authentic. I don't do anything outside of myself. Like most of the time when I'm marketing, you can't even tell. You just see it as content. And that's why it works. I'm not
Yeah.
selling you anything that you don't already want. My marketing is me performing live on Instagram and you going, "Oh shit, this was dope. I want to go to a show." That was me marketing,
Yeah.
right? So that's
Yeah.
why it works because it's just organic. There's no tricks to it.
Yo,
Tetris, my battery is going down. I don't know what it is. Okay, you're
shout
good.
shout out to Tetris. Yo, when you coming to the Midwest to perform?
Next year, I'm actually lining up the 2023 routes now, so I'll be there.
Oh
It's
man,
a, it
yeah.
takes a it takes a lot to tour independently, right? You got to put your own bread up, and the venues. The I can't use regular venues sometimes because I do proud to pay offer based shows, and if you don't use their ticketing platforms, they don't fuck with you. So I have to figure out, a lot of alternatives just to tour.
Okay. I know a couple people that do a couple things over this way. If you need anything, please just let me know. I got you.
Yeah, we've been getting it figured out. So it's been beautiful.
Yeah,
And I,
cause
I just I love the process, man. Honestly, I love going against the grain and it's like, oh, we can't use their venues because we have to use their infrastructure or they not fucking because it adds to the story. It's like, bro, these other niggas y'all dealing with. Even though I'm the most prominent upcoming artist, they still won't fuck with you if you don't use they shit. They don't even want to see niggas win. They'll tell you they love you, but they don't really want to see you win unless you playing on their team, right? And I'm the type of nigga where I don't care what team you on. If you great, I want to just see you win. But we showing how all this shit is. There's so many politics. It's so many politics.
oh my god, man, I've been doing this podcast and shit for some years now, bruh, and I understand. Like it's a lot of fuck shit goes on behind the scenes. Some of the most lovable, enjoyable people to the world are some
Right.
fucking assholes behind the scene. I've seen it, bro.
Right.
Yo, so I read, or I don't know if I read or heard, whatever the case, when you were working for the aerospace industry or whatever, and there was a lady there that you chopped it up with who introduced you to a book. I can't remember what was the name of the book.
It was called Freedom Simplified.
I couldn't remember that shit.
Yeah, it was called Freedom Simplified, man. Shout out Rita. It's dope because she was actually from Singapore. Like she had very poor English, but we just clicked because she was a real nigga. Like that's the one thing that's prominent in and out of people. People who are just good humans. It don't matter where you're from. Like you just naturally connect. And she really changed my life.
You still fuck with Rita?
I haven't spoken to her since I left. And forever. I don't even have the number anymore. I'm sure we both have different numbers from then. But man, whenever I'm sure she's gonna pop back up through life, and it's gonna be a dope ass reunion. But yeah, I haven't spoken to her forever.
Yo, and since I got Larussell on, I gotta give you my story of somebody similar. This motherfucker named Tom Smith. When I was in college up in Michigan State, I'm driving my ex's car back to the crib. Get a flat tire. Now there is a place called Howell, Michigan, which is like the Ku Klux Klan capital of Michigan. I get a
Uh,
flat tire in Howell, Michigan, Probably about 5 o'clock. So I got maybe 2 hours before it gets dark. I don't have no money,
Yeesh.
and I don't have no spare fucking tire.
And
Walk
ain't
to
no light on that side. You better run.
exactly. Walk to this lady's house. I'm walking through how I'm thinking I'm going to get lynched. Walk to this just random, knock on the door. Hey, I need a little help. She looks, she sees a nigga. City Hall's up the street, slams the door. I go to City Hall. I meet a motherfucker named Tom Smith. Tom Smith hears me calling my old lady. And she's like, my uncle won't be there for a couple of hours. That nigga was like, don't worry about it. I'm going to take you to buy a tire. This nigga took me to Wendy's, fed me, bought me a tire, helped me put this motherfucker on, and did not ask for anything. He just told me to do the same shit for somebody in the future.
Angels on earth, man. Angels on earth.
Shout out to that nigga Tom Smith. I've been telling that
My
story for
my fucking
25 years.
battery is going backwards. So if it cuts off, that is it's because the battery died. But we're gonna rock it until.
All right. The question you hate to hear.
The question I hate to hear.
Yeah, you've done a million interviews. You get asked a lot
Yeah.
of shit.
Who are you? I feel like that's a question that no one on earth knows the answer to, but everyone feels like I know the fucking answer to it and wants to ask me. And it's just the number. I don't know. I hate that fucking question. And people, who is Larussell? It's like, bruh, I don't fucking know.
I mean, you give off this kind of Svengali vibe and shit. You just you floating around, smoking the blunt. You don't even use a vehicle. You know, doors just
Right.
open for you.
That is hella funny, right?
I'm just saying, but like, you strike people as you got this shit together.
I'm getting this shit together.
Yeah, I'll be 51 next year, and I don't know me yet.
Right? I don't think anyone does. That's why it's a question that's always like, what do people expect when they ask that question? Like, what are you trying to find out?
Trying to get some shit that they can make a clip. They want you to say some dynamic Larussell shit that they can
Right,
put out there
right.
and be like, yeah, Larussell said
You
this.
know, you ever seen that infamous Jay-Z clip where Nardwar asks him who is he? And he's like, who am I? And he gives like this little spiel, and he still don't tell the nigga who he is because no one knows the answer to that question.
I didn't see that one, but that sounds about right. Is there
Right? Like when
anything?
someone says, who are you? You can only name descriptive traits that aren't you, right? You could say, oh, I'm a rapper, but that's not you. That's just a thing that you do. You know, what you do isn't who you are. You can say, oh, I grew up here. Well, that's just a location you grew up. That's not who you are. Like it is very difficult to tell someone who you are, right?
Although I will say that as men, we tend to define who we are by what we do.
By our roles and what we do. And that's the
Yeah.
problem, because when we start doing bad shit, we start to think that we're horrible people, and then we can't live or survive in this world, and it takes us out and it kills us because we think we are who we are, what we do, right? And you associate your action with who you are and your character, and that could fuck you up mentally and leave you depressed. It's not the same. What you do is not who you are.
Mentally, are you in a good space now?
I'm not. I'm in neither a good or bad space.
All right, because I'm an anxious person. Like I just knew in my mind you was gonna flake on me. It's gonna cancel the interview. I got shitted on. I'll never hear from Larussell again. I
That's
always talk
hilarious.
myself. I'm telling you, I talk myself out of shit all the time, and I have to. I
Hey,
have
that
to.
first reschedule had you like, I knew it.
Actually, that reschedule actually kind of like made me feel better
Interesting.
because not it's
Okay, he's coming.
exactly like okay, motherfucker that's just gonna flake on you is not gonna reschedule.
Right.
They just won't. And it wouldn't be like it didn't happen, but every time, I've always been this way. It kind of helps me though,
Hmm.
because I don't think about the interview per se. Once I start talking, all that shit goes away. You
Right.
show up, and it's like the anxiety is relieved when you show up.
Right. It's like pregame jitters.
Oh my god, do you get nervous before shows?
I don't get nervous. I just get like impatient. Like I be ready to play. So I don't like the whole period before, where it's just like you're waiting to go on stage. Like it's funny because we start shows early. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh, we going on stage at 3 and I'll be on that motherfucker at 2:45 because I'm tired of waiting. Like I'm ready to go. So like nigga, you come to our show, it's very advised to be there on time because it will not start at the time indicated.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah,
you.
we start early. We are in there. Once I see a good amount of people, I'm ready to go.
Wow. Yo, but like it's a fucking breath of fresh air. Like, was there somebody you patterned your shit after?
Nah, I mean my pops just has always been like, that way, prompt and making sure you where you need to be and about business and being on time and being prepared. Like he's always been that type of person. So I feel like it's just like that's just some shit that was coded in me.
I feel you on that one. You a father. What's the dopest shit about being a father?
Um being example, I guess, being able to like cultivate and help water a plant and see what it becomes, just being able to pour into someone and see like the information that you gave lead to, a different result. Like right now, me and my daughter, we've been doing like a lot of math. And she's in fourth grade, but she's learning like percentages and fractions and things that you don't usually learn to middle school, right? And it's because we start working on it, right? Like she's able to learn whatever you teach her, and it's dope just seeing how advanced she is because of how much we're pouring into her early. Even just as a human, she's just a really dope, great, understanding, patient, caring human, right? As a kid, she's a better human than a lot of the adults I know.
It's tough when they stop listening.
Only if you want them to listen to you all the time. If you have an expectation,
You
then yeah.
you're gonna want bruh. I got three
Why
adult
why
kids.
why do you need your kids to listen to you all the time? If you teach them the right things, then what is there to listen to? They should be doing, like what is a moment that you go into your kids and you like, you're not listening to me.
Oh God, I can't. I won't say. That'd have to be like off air type of shit. But it's not like all the time. But there are moments where you like, look, this part I know exactly what's gonna happen next for you or anybody else. Because I've seen it not just with me, but I've seen it with a bunch of people. You should listen right here,
Yeah.
and
I
they're not
mean,
gonna
man,
listen.
those moments are so blurred, though. I've had moments throughout my journey. Oh shit, my shit on 1%. I've had moments throughout my journey where my pops was like, "Bro, don't do that. That is, I'm telling you, you're gonna lose," and I end up winning.
Oh, shout out to your pops. Yo, are you on 1%? Is there anything you want to tell the people if they want to get in contact with you, how they go about doing that? And thank you so much for dropping by the show,
Man,
bro.
the good company email. I'm at Larussell on everything. He who is willing is who will with everything. It don't matter. The nigga who wants to do it is the nigga who gonna do it in life. It don't matter what it is. If you want to hoop, you want to rap, you want to sing, you want to do anything in life. He who is willing is who will. It's simple as that. There is no magic to it. There's no marketing. There's no amount of ads you can run to replace your will. If you don't want to do it and you ain't got that desire, ain't shit gonna get done.
Yeah, see, I should have asked you who the Russell is.
LaRussell
Yo,
was the nigga who didn't charge his phone. Oh, look at that. That was crazy. Wow.
yo, shout out to LaRussell, man. Shout out to the whole Good Company team. Yo, this has been fire, man. Definitely appreciate the brother's time, energy, and absolute wisdom. And let me get this off the screen, man, because that just looks horrible, man. Hey, yo, since I got a little time, hold on. Let me get this commercial out the way. Stop trusting your cousin with your footage. If you need greatness, contact greatness at photosbyven@gmail.com. Or you can get a brother a call at 1-862-500-1532. Yo. Nah, I'm out to go, man. Shout out to you though. Shout out to my cuz, man. Don't forget. Oh, and if you have not got a chance to check it out, man, check out the new podcast I got with my family. Oh, I thought I had to burp, but it. Oh, that feels so great. My family, LOL, Brielle, KG, K Chill, and the chairman and myself, man. Everything and nothing. The podcast, it is on the Intellectually Petty Radio YouTube channel. We just did our first episode, just dropped that Friday. So make sure you go check that out, man. Very, very, very dope, man. Definitely appreciate that. This was a really dope conversation. Sucks. He was, had to leave a little bit short because his phone was not charged. But man, how often do you get a chance to interview greatness? Okay, well, with me, I've done that pretty often, but most people aren't that fucking lucky. Shout out to you, man. Have a dope ass day, and if you had a shitty day, hopefully we made it just a little bit better. And if you had a good day, hopefully we turned your shit up and made it great. On that note, I am Jobs. This has been another episode of Intellectually Petty Radio. And again, thank you to Larussell for dropping by. Peace. Y'all have a good